So y'all have a blessing.
Go on live right now. You good?
Boogie.
All right, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Hey, we would like to start off by giving our honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Kakadash. Also want to give double honor to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone well, as well as peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. Now, with the Zahar Spirit Wind Lawyer, but I'm with the Memphis brothers, man. Y'all can give y'all names.
The brother you're now Allah, and I'm the brother Kodash.
All right, and today we're going to go into a live stream. All right, going into Jacob's trouble. Because we got the memo that the FBI is supposed to be in Memphis. Are they already in Memphis? Or they... Yeah, con. And outside of that, we saw we saw groups of Memphis police walking past the council, man. Might have been like 10 of them, you know. So we know why they're here, you know. It's for Jacob's trouble, man. This little YN culture. All right, Esau has manufactured animals that he's going to eventually hunt, man. All right, and so we'll just open it up with Jeremiah 30:7.
All right, this is Jeremiah chapter 30, starting in verse 7. It says, alas, this is Jeremiah 30:7. It says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the times of Jacob's troubles, but he shall be saved out of it. And ultimately, that's the time that we're entering to. Okay? An evil time, a time like no other. And this time is what? Jacob's trouble. See, it's going to be a way beyond what? The slave trade that we got over here. A way worse than 70 AD. Yeah. See, this is going to top all those events, man. But it says what? It says that he shall be saved out of it. Yeah. Talking about what? The elect, man. Okay, that hearken, did it to the word of the Lord and try to follow his laws and statutes and commandments to the best of their ability, man. Okay, that's the he. Okay, I got a quick preview. Hey, this is Jeremiah 31 in verse 7. Yeah. Next chapter over, verse 7. It says, for thus saith the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, sing with gladness for Jacob, and shout among the chief of the nations, and publish ye, praise ye, and say, O Lord, save thy people, the remnant of Israel.
You know, save thy people, the remnant of Israel. Because that elect, the remnant is going to be saved out of the judgment. But we're coming into the reality of Jacob's trouble, man. In every city, Esau is going to put his claws down on these cities, and he's going to be after Jake, man. See, the beginning phase was just the so-called immigrants, the illegal aliens, whatever. That was the beginning phase, man. He's going to get to the nitty-gritty thing, the nitty-gritty aspect of this thing, man. Yeah. All right? And you had an article. You was about to make a point, bro?
Yeah, I had a precept going on with the Jacob's trouble.
You go ahead.
This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not seen the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be. No. So it's going to be a great tribulation that Israel ain't never seen before. Like, this is going to be a grand finale that the Lord has in store for his people. Like, Jake think that the things that they see on TV is fake. But even on that little scale where Esau pushes, it's nothing compared to what the Lord got in store for his people. Like the Purge and like all these movies that Esau pushes out. Like, you think that's like on a human standpoint, you think that's something. Yeah. Man, the Lord topping all of it. Like, he got stuff that you ain't never seen that's going to happen.
Like the movie Exterminator.
Yep.
You know, it's gonna be AI versus Jake. You know, AI versus Jake, man. His artificial intelligence, his robots versus Jake the 12 tribes, man. See, the first purge, they basically targeted Jake. But they eventually showed you throughout the evolution of the series, so to speak, that it was really Southern Kingdom, Northern Kingdom, Gad, Issachar. They know who the 12 tribes are, man. You know, you didn't see a purge, and it was targeting Asians. It was a so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American man. All right.
That was it.
Oh, you can grab that article.
Okay, come on. This is from localmemphis.com, and it says FBI to deploy task force to Memphis following director's homicide capital remarks. And it says FBI is set to prioritize Memphis in a national crime crackdown. It says Memphis, Tennessee. It says FBI Director Cash Patel made waves Sunday when he declared Memphis the homicide capital of America.
Memphis is the homicide capital of America, man. So he's crediting propaganda. All right, it's going to justify coming into the city, strip you of your rights, and basically capture you again and put you back in captivity. And a lot of 2/3, a lot of YNs are going to be put to death, man. All right? Because it's basically war against the 2/3. Right? Jacob's trouble is really for the 2/3, man. All right, but Esau created an animal just to go justify hunting that animal, man. To an animal. He wanted you to be a YN so he could hunt you, man. Okay?
I'm gonna just jump straight to the point in it. It says right here. It says Patel said he plans to reassign more than 1,000 agents from Washington D.C. to cities across the country with a specific emphasis on Memphis. It says a specific timeline or the deployment has not yet been announced.
Yep, and you know what? That's going to lead to them getting the elect. You know, they're going to go after the elect. You know, he might kick out some false flag attack or whatever, but there's agents everywhere, man. All right? It didn't stop with COINTELPRO in the 70s, man. So Esau, he has his eyes on the YNs. He has his eyes on the elect. There are a certain number of people whom he deemed as a threat, man. All right? But he's in these cities. The FBI is here. These agents are here. We see these guys holding tablets. You know, some old Edomite acting like a tourist or something. He has a tablet. He's filming us, man. You know, even in your personal life. They know brothers where brothers stay at, man. They know where you work at. And they watching, they taking pictures and shit, man. They might not have those big cameras anymore.
Right.
DSLR cameras. They might have a tablet, man. They'll be acting like they filming or, you know, a skeleton environment. Now they watching you, man. Yes. All right, but guess who's watching them? Okay. Cool. Yeah. And they know there's a connection between us and the angels, who they call the so-called UFOs, man. And that's why they're pressing the gas with this thing too. They know the time is almost out, man. But this year, I believe it's gonna get pretty interesting, man. All right.
I got a quick research together.
Can I got one real quick? Just to land back off of what the elder was saying about how the Lord is watching them also.
Yeah.
This is Proverbs 15 and verse 3. The eyes of the Lord Yahweh are in every place, beholding the evil and the good.
That's his angels, man. That's his angels, man. All right. The eyes of Yahweh, Bahashim Shai, are in every place. And what you call the so-called UFOs. And check this out. You got chariots that are invisible. All right. There's a whole air force through the spirit that you can't even detect with your technology, man. Okay. So we have a whole technology, all right, that can't even be detected. I saw, and forgive me for my lack of military vernacular, but there was like this big fighter jet. You know how you have this army airplane, right? It's like got the double helicopter on it, like the double wings. It's this big slow motherfucker in the air, right? And there's a white orb in the sky, and it rolls up on the fighter craft, and it just absorbs it, and flight takes off. A whole airplane got abducted, man. And it did it like it was a toy. Do you understand what I'm saying? See, you know, so when we're in this flesh, and when you see the reality of agents being around us, and especially when it gets on a personal level, like, damn, these niggas follow me home, these niggas taking pictures and shit, it's only a matter of time. But the reason why are they moving fast now? Out of all the time that I've been in this truth, I've never seen them personally until now. But it's a reason why they're moving fast, man. If we on the ground and we seeing chariots fly across the sky, what the hell are they seeing, man? All right, whole airplanes getting abducted. You got lightning bolts falling from the sky. They hit the ground and start walking with 2 legs. I know brother saw that shit, right? You got lightning bolts. They come down from the sky, lightning bolts. They start walking on 2 legs. Hey man, hey, how about you on shine? Hey man, you know, their left ain't stronger than that right. That's why the scripture says, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, Spirit of the Most High will lift up a standard against him, man. Put your hands on the prophets and see what happens, man. All right, y'all got it, brothers.
All right, just going back into the eyes of the Lord, right? This is Amos 9 and verse 8. It says, behold, the eyes of the Lord, Yahweh Shemihawashah, power are upon the sinful kingdom.
And what's the sinful kingdom? Sin City, baby. All right? What happens in Babylon stays in... Matter of fact, that ain't even true. Because you spread your sin nature throughout the world. So you got something called westernization, in which you promote your whoredom throughout the world, man. So everybody thinks that they're a little more freer by being a little more of a deviant, man. So now the average woman is walking around in undergarments, leggings, yoga pants, breasts out. The average woman is sexually promiscuous. Yeah. A lot of women got higher body counts than men. You know, without shame.
Yeah, without shame.
You know, you see a Jake walking down the street with his woman, and then you'll feel guilty for looking at her ass and titties out. You know, it's not normal. Rewind 100 years ago, man. The average woman was dressed the fuck up, man. There was something called self-respect, man. But we're under the vibration of a harlot. So the women have fallen under that vibration, man. So read that again.
This is Amos 9 and 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord, Yahweh Shemihawashah, power are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth.
And get that in what's that? It says Zephaniah 5. This is the curse. Come on, man. So again.
Yeah, it flies over.
Come on, man. Come on, man. All right. And the Most High is about to destroy a sinful kingdom off the face of a whole continent, man. It's about to become a desert, man. All right. And you know, in a lot of old school movies, the beginning of the movie will start with the cameraman panning across all those skyscrapers and all those, like the World Trade Center. Now where's the World Trade Center? But soon there's nothing to record. Soon there's going to be nothing to record. Because America is going to be a great desert, man. They're a great example. All right?
This is Zechariah chapter 5 and verse 3. And it says, then said he unto me, this is a curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth.
This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the earth. And that's the chariots, man. It's a curse. That's why when Esau does a movie about the chariots, he always demonizes them, man. Why doesn't he never make them the friendly people? Why are they always a threat to humanity, man? No, they're a threat to your rulership, man. All right? They're a threat to what you got going on. All right? They're a curse to your rulership, man. But the enemy to our enemy is our friend. If you are a threat to my enemy, then you are my friend. All right? You can read that again, bro.
This is Zechariah chapter 5 and verse 3. It says, then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth.
And I was told a while back when we first did the live stream that it was a bad reception, it was buffering. So if Babaka Shah can tell me how's the sound quality now, all right? You can just go ahead and read that again.
This is Zechariah 5 and verse 3. It says, then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it.
And doesn't it go down to the house of the thief?
Yep.
You can read on down to the house of the thief.
Mm-hmm. And it says, it says in verse 4, it says, Zechariah 5:4, it says, I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that swear falsely by my name.
Yep, and you will see so-called UFO sightings fly past the White House, you know, fly across America, all right, because this is the house of the thief, man. And those chariots basically signify judgment. See, in your kingdom, you want to create this construct where you're the judge, the plaintiff, the police. You want to be everything, man. All right, but no, you have a higher power to answer to, man. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And it says, finishing up in Zechariah 5:4, it says, I'm reading again. It says, I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that swore falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and it shall consume it with the stones thereof.
Yeah, because ultimately, destruction. But before that takes place, man, these chariots gonna be zapping your ass too, man. Okay? Like I said, you basically have a bully, Esau. Because one thing that that irks your spirit and that you hate to see is those so-called UFOs, man. Because it's a sign that your kingdom is about to expire. It's a sign that you're about to lose your place as a ruler in this planet Earth, man. You just want to make a point.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that's the spirit, because on the TV they throwing their frisbee. They look like a flying saucer.
Flying saucer. That's the spirit, man. But this is a flying saucer that you can't catch. All right. Yeah.
Cut notes it on that.
Okay, go back to Amos.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Amos 9:8. And it says, Behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua power are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it off the face of the earth, saving that I would not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
And who's that sinful kingdom? All right, it's America.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but the house of Jacob won't be destroyed, man. Namely the 1/3, man. Because the 2/3 gonna get destroyed right along with this thing, man. Because they've made themselves conformists to a sinful way, man. All right. That's why I speak about the scriptures commend the elect in 2nd Ezra, the 2nd chapter. How the elect stood so stiffly for the word, man. We didn't lose our integrity in this thing, man. Okay.
All right. Hey, this is 2nd Ezra 8 and verse 50. All right, it says, For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time they dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride.
Yep.
If I may add, Elder, hey, and ultimately, what 2/3 of our people, they got that attribute from Esau Edom. You know what I'm saying? The proudest nigga that's on the face of this earth, man. But guess what? As it says in Proverbs, hey, Salaki, pride goes before destruction, and the haughty spirit before a fall.
That's right.
So guess what? Our 2/3 of our people taking on it. Guess what? They gonna fall too, man.
Right.
So the next verse, it says in 2nd Ezra 8 and 51, it says, But understand thou for thyself, and seek out the glory for such as be like thee.
Yep.
So people just what? In the same mindset of what? Trying to receive the mercy from the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, that understands that what we have to stand stiffly against the evildoer. In Psalms, right, it says, who will stand up for me against the evildoers or the workers of iniquity? That's only the elect his servants, the prophets, and we're warning you and telling you what the things that's a coming. Okay, the chariots that's about to help destroy and eradicate this place, along with the ICBM missiles. See, this is a time like no other, man, and we're warning you because ultimately the Lord has given us the preview of the movie, man. So we're letting you know it's coming soon. Okay? Yeah, right. Like it. Yep.
100%. This is Isaiah chapter 1, verse 9. It said, except the Lord Yahweh of hosts have left unto us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah. So the Lord have left us a small remnant. That's his elect. The trouble be going on, all the chaos, all the turmoil, all the. So they're gonna take heed. They're gonna be saved. And they're going to have faith, have trust in the Lord. They ain't going to put trust in Esau Edom and all his propaganda that he pushes out. Their faith is going to lie in the Lord, and he's going to be a shield to them in those times.
Yeah, I got one for you out just to land back there. It's one of my favorite precepts. This is Ecclesiasticus, better known as Sirach 23 and 27. And it says, and they that remain shall know that there is nothing better than the fear of the Lord, and that there is nothing sweeter than to take heed unto the commandments of the Lord.
Beautiful. Yeah, cause that's the what is in Psalms. It said thy commandments like a lamp unto my feet. Like according to the scriptures, Isaiah 33 and 6. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is going to be the stability of our time. If you don't have the knowledge of these scriptures, how you going to be able to move in the society? If you ain't had the fear of the Lord to take heed to this message, how you going to move when all hell break loose? You're going to just be like a blind man, just don't know what to do, just running into traps, running into danger. So you have to have these scriptures implanted in you right now while you still can get this knowledge of wisdom and understanding. Because when it's too late, then shit, it's going to be too late. You're just going to be falling into nothing but danger, traps.
If I may add, you through with that verse? Can you jump 19 and 10? Yep. It's talking about the fear. Yep. 19, the first step. Yep. 18.
Yeah, 18. Because this is Ecclesiasticus, better known as Sirach 19 and verse 18. And it says, the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, is the first step to be accepted of him.
So that's what we're taking heed to, and we understand that we must have the fear. That's a part of being accepted to the Lord. You got to have that in your recipe, in your DNA, the fear of the Lord. You see, and only the elect in this time have that fear, as it speaks about in Sirach, the first chapter. But you got it though, huh?
Yeah, and it says in Sirach 19 and 18, it says the fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of him, and wisdom obtaineth his love.
And it says wisdom obtaineth his love. And guess what? Only wisdom dwelleth with the servants, the prophets. It speaks about it, wisdom of Solomon. And we desire a kingdom. You see? And just like the disciples was inquiring to Yahweh Shai Mashiach, hey, when is it time for our kingdom to be established? Because ultimately that was being persecuted by the Romans. In that time, that seemed like a trouble like no other. But guess what? That's not gonna top what's coming now, man. So we gotta have that fear, man, okay, to be accepted, and we gotta have that wisdom. Because like the brother quoted in Isaiah 33 and 6, that's gonna be the stability of our times. And on it says what? The fear is his treasure. We gotta have all of that, man, to be able to stand in the time to come, man. Okay? Yeah.
Man, he said, behold, the fear of the Lord.
Real quick, Baba Kasha. This Proverbs, like it, if I get there faster. This is Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 7. And it says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. but fools despise wisdom and instructions. So they are what the Bible say, a damn fool, okay? Because they don't believe in the Most High, and they already set up for destruction, man. Because they don't want to hear the instructions. The acronym I like using, the basic instructions before leaving Earth. They don't want to take heed to it.
That's why they walk past us at camp every week. You know. Not only that, people that you know personally, you know. That when you first walk up, you probably try to put your cousin on, your mom, your dad. So pretty much most people that we know are fools.
Yeah. Hey, going back to the scriptures, when it says the fear will talk about the precept of men, because when you go to these church houses, you got the pastor always giving credit to the devil. They don't never give credit to the Lord and everything, saying that he's the one that does the killing. He's the one that brings these plagues, these pestilence, destruction to America. They don't never give credit to the Lord. So when they hear these things, all this stuff going on, the judgment the Lord brings forth, they don't understand it. That's why it says in the scripture, evil men understand like judgment. He can constantly bring plagues, pestilence, but they don't look at it, man, that ain't the Lord doing. I'm going to keep on with my evil ways. I'm going to keep on doing this. I'm going to keep on committing adultery. Until, hey, when the Lord bring that judgment up on them, now they like, hey, they don't, they regret it.
And we can get the last round of scripture.
Okay, come.
Because what's about to happen to the city, in all the cities, it's going to be dark, man. It's going to be gritty. But as the brothers get into, it's really going to be the Lord. It's the Lord's judgment. The Most High be regulated in the planet Earth, man. So we say that not a bird should fall, a sparrow don't fall without him ordaining it, man. All right? That's why he's called omnipotent, all powerful, man. All right?
This is the book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 18. It says, "Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord Yahweh. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord Yahweh is darkness and not light."
Yeah, what's it to your benefit that the Lord is coming back? You're going to be put to death by the judgment of the Lord coming back, man. So that's not for you. That's not for the average Jake or the average person, man. All right?
And it says in verse 19, it says, "As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him."
Yep, and ultimately you just can't escape the Most High's judgment. Like the movie Final Destination, they thought they cheated death, man. And death spent the block on them, man. All right? Was that in on that?
And it says in verse 20, it says, shall not the day of the Lord Yahweh be darkness and not light? Even very dark. Go back to what you said, even very dark.
Dark times. And these cities got a dark vibration, man. Jackson, I'm coming from Jackson, Mississippi to Memphis. It's a dark negative spirit on these cities, man. But the Most High's going to do a clean sweep. All right?
Yeah, finishing up in verse 20, Amos 5 and verse 20. It says, even very dark and no brightness in it.
Okay? That's why the apostles, and the prophets out on the highways and the byways were like unto their light is on the hill, man.
I got something bad there, because we don't prophet, so the Lord command us to prophesy, and especially against America, okay, aka Babylon the Great. So I'm gonna get this in Ezekiel 35. I'm gonna start at 1. And it says, "Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir." So tell them their judgment, man.
That's right.
And that's what the Lord ultimately put us here to do, man. To tell you, to warn you, man. Okay? Our people first, and these other nations, man. What it said, the bearer of bad news.
Yep.
But also it's good news to those who expecting the kingdom, man. That want salvation, man. Because these things must come for us to get to the kingdom of heaven. So right. This is Ezekiel 35 and verse 2. It says, "Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir." And who was Mount Seir talking about? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. You go to Genesis 36 Okay, and it tell you that Esau dwelt. Esau is either he dwelt in Mount Seir. Okay, roughly paraphrasing. So it says, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, thus saith the Lord power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, behold, O Mount Seir, okay, you Edomites, okay, you self-proclaimed white people. It says, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate.
And how is that gonna happen? Thermonuclear destruction. You know? But look, you know, we could draw the live stream to a closing. You know, the point was made. Hey, this is death to the YN culture. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem. Also want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of great men, strong and well. Peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. Abba.
Shalom.
Shalom.